Hello everyone. In today's video, I will show you how we can communicate between two applications using the concept of AIDL. AIDL stands for Android Interface Definition Language. So we will create two applications. One is client app and another one is server app. In client app, we will include the UI, all UI related thing, and for the calculation part, we'll put all our logic in service app. So let's first start with the client app. In client app, as I have told, we will create the UI of our calculator. For simplicity, what we will do first is we will implement all our calculator app, basic calculator app in our client app. So let's start with that. I have created one project, simple, and let's start with the UI part. I have created one edit text UI. See this, and I'll paste it here. And yes, first of all, I'll create one text view where we can display our result. We will create four buttons: add, subtract, multiply, divide, and another one for clear, that will clear all our data. So I have one button UI. UI part is almost done, and let's include one more button, that is clear data. Let's keep it clear only. So our UI part is almost ready. Let me run this application. Let me minimize this. Let's run it. Now you can see the whole screen. Meanwhile, let's start with the Java coding. Changes were not applied. Let me run it once again. So build is successful. Let's see how our UI is. Yeah. So this is the emulator, and yep, looks simple and nice. Okay, so let's start with the Java side coding. some validation here about like you have to enter both the fields or else calculation won't be performed. We will not able to perform the calculation if any of the field is missing. So let's just do some simple validation here. I will explain you all the logic after the implementation. So let's now this perform calculation. This function we will keep in our service app. We'll remove from here and then we'll keep it in service application. So let's first just do the implementation in client app only. our implementation part of calculator in client app is finished. So let's have just quick overview of the code. First I have initialized the UI and click listener. So whenever I will click on, suppose let's say I click on add button, so what it will do, it will go to this function verify and calculate, and operation type would be 1. So here it will check that if any of the two edit text value is missing or not. If it is missing, then we will have the toast, and if we have entered both the value, then we will take that both the value in the first one in first value, and the second value will have the value of edit text, second edit text, and then it will go to perform calculation. So he will, the parameters here are first value, second value, and third is operation type, which is 1. See, we have click on add, so operation type would be 1. It will go here and perform calculation, the operation type would be 1. So it will come here, and as our operation type is 1, in switch case it will go to case 1 and will return the addition of both the value. So here we will get the addition of both the value in this result field, and we will display it in our set text. Similarly for others, in case 2 it will minus, case 3 multiply, case 4 division, and when we'll click on clear data, it will set all our text to none. So let's just run it and see whether it is working or not. So grader is building, installation, yes, an installation is successful. Okay, let's say 10, and here 5. Okay. So what I will do, add 10 plus 5, see I got the result 15. If I subtract 10 minus 5, it will give me 5. Now let me see clear it is working or not. Clear, yes. Let's say 15, and here 3. And I hit multiply, then it would say 45. On division I will get 5. So yes, so our calculator app is working in our client. Now what we have to do, our aim is to set up a communication between two applications, client and service. So in this perform calculation part, we will move to the service application. Let me comment over here. Okay, so let's go to our presentation. Yes. After implementation of our basic calculator in client app, we'll move the logic in service app and establish a communication between the two apps using AIDL. Okay, so our basic calculator functionality is working in our client app. As I would say, we will move this function into our service app. Now let's start with AIDL. So in simple language, what we can say, AIDL is two process communicating with each other via interface, or two applications communicating each other via interface. Okay, so now we have created our client app. Now we have to create one more application that will be our service application. So first let's create the service application. Here I go to new project, empty activity, next my service. Application would be this service application, we are not going to have any UI related thing. Let's go to our presentation. Yeah. So second step, we will create a new package. Let's name it as separate package. Okay. Let's create a new package in our service application. Click on Java, new, and package. Okay, and name it as service. Oh, sorry. You can name it anything. I'm naming it as separate package. Hit OK. So one separate package is created. Now third step, after creating a package, create AIDL file in it. So how we can create a AIDL file? On this separate package, click and new, you will find the option as AIDL. Click on it, AIDL file, and you can name whatever your interface. So I will name it as AIDL interface, simple, AIDL enter and finish. Okay, so here one AIDL folder has been created, and a separate package is created, and inside that our AIDL interface has been created. After creating a package and AIDL file, you have to clean the project. This is the very important step. Every time when you change or create AIDL file, in short, you do any changes in this file, you have to clean the project. So let's go to build and clean. Okay, we have got no errors here. Copy or remember the package name in which we have created our AIDL file. After creation of AIDL file, changing, updating, always clean the project. This is the very important step. Okay, now let's get back to our client tab. And in client tab also we have to create a package, and that package name should be same as that we have created in service app. We have created a package naming service package in our service app. Sorry, separate package in our service app. The same package we have to create in our client app. So I came back to my client app. Make sure the name should be exactly same. So it's separate package. I copy it from here. Again I go to my client app, click on Java, new, package, Java, okay, and paste that separate package, hit OK. Now create the AIDL file in the package that we have created. We have to create the AIDL file in our client app also, and the name of this file, AIDL file, should be the same that we have kept in our service app. We have kept this as AIDL interface. AIDL interface. Now click on finish. AIDL interface. Okay, AIDL in small and capital I interface. AIDL interface. So one thing you should note that the package name in both client and service is same for this AIDL interface. Also the name. So third step, clean the project. In client tab, build and clean. The package name and AIDL file name of both client and server should be the same. Okay, now in our client app, we will remove the already given method and create our method, calculate data, our interface. Client app, these are the already given method. Let me remove it and will create this return type integer, method name, and 3 parameters. Return type integer, method name, integer, post value, operation 2. Yeah. This will be our first edit text value, second edit text value, and operation we want to perform, like 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, and 4 for division. So as I have done changes in this file, I have to clean the project. Yeah, so that clean is successful. Now get back to our presentation. As we have done changes, we have already cleaned the project. Now in service app, we have to create the same method as we have created in AIDL file of client app. So in AIDL file of our service app, we have to keep this method. So always do a practice that copy it from here so that there would be no change. And go back to our service app, remove this already given method and paste. This name, and this. This three should always be same in both client and service. As I have done changes, I have to clean the project. The clean is successful. Yeah. Now we have to create one service here. In service app, we have to create one service. Right click and let's create a service. Select the second one. Make sure you have checked this to export it and enable. Let's keep it as it is. Yeah. So my service has been created, which is extending a service, right? Okay. Now come back to our client app. Okay. So first of all, we have to bind the service. Means we have to establish the communication between the two. We have to establish a communication channel between client and service app. So we will create one method, any method you can name it as here, and in which we have to create this bind service function. This is an inbuilt function which accepts 3 parameters. First is intent, second is service connection, and third is flag. We'll see each of it in detail. So let's go to our client app. Main activity, in my on create, I will establish the connection service. Okay. Bind to AIDL service. You can name it anything over here. And here we will establish the connection. bind service. This is an inbuilt function. More bind service. You can see the first option, bind service, and let's look at the parameters of it. First one is intent, second one is service connection, and third one is flag. So first one is intent. So we have to create one new intent in which we have to pass an action. You can name it anything over here. I will name it as connect to AIDL service. We will name it here. So go back to our client tab. Our first parameter is intent. Intent. AIDL, you can name it anything. Let's say AIDL service intent equals new intent and the action. Okay, what's the action? Connect to AIDL service. Okay. This is our first AIDL service intent. Our first parameter is completed. Now we have created service in our service application, like as we have seen, we have created a service, my service, which the name of the service was my service. So in the manifest of our service app, inside the my service, we have to add this action, same that we have written in the intent of our client app. So copy it from here and go back to our service app, go to the manifest, and here, yeah, there is my service. I will add an intent filter, and here action. Android name, paste. This is the very important. The name of the action should be same. Okay. These two parameters are also important. You have to write this parameter enable true, exported true. Inside the service, we have here, see, enable true, exported true. Second parameter, service connection. So this service connection is an interface, and then we have to create a service connection. First, we will do this first two steps. In our client tab, second parameter is service connection. So this is also an interface. Let's create service connection first. Service connection object equals to new service connection. And inside here, we have to create one stub. What is stub? Stub will create your remote interface to the local interface for communication purpose. Stub will convert our remote interface to local interface. Client, and here our separate package package name is this control z dot. Whenever I will write the package name here and I put dot, it will show the interface name, AIDL interface. this interface, AIDL interface dot AIDL interface dot stub. This is stub, and we have to treat it as our interface. So as interface, and in this parameter we have to pass this iBinder. This iBinder will be returned from the server once the connection is made. And type it iBinder. Okay, so our second parameter, service connection, is done. Stop it from here, service connection. Third one is flag. What is, okay, let's first go to our PPT. Once the connection is made, service app will return binder, which is the second parameter of our service connected method that we have created in our client app. And yes, we have used stub. Now third parameter is flag. So if our service is not yet created, it will create the instance of it and service will start. I'll explain it later. This is very simple. So bind auto create. If service is not created, create the instance of the service. So all our three parameters have completed: intent, service connection, and the flag. So most of the thing of our client app is finished. Yeah, we have to do one change in our bind service function. The intent by default is the first parameter. Our first parameter intent is by default is implicit intent. We have to convert it into explicit intent. The reason is that for the security purpose, it has been blocked. You have to pass an explicit intent. So to convert implicit intent, we have to convert this intent. This is an implicit intent to an explicit intent. So the code related to this you will find easily on the internet. I have copied from one of, I guess, Stack Overflow from. I'm not sure. I have copied it from internet. And what we'll do, we'll paste somewhere over here. Uh-oh, sorry. We copy it once again. Enter tab, client, paste. So implicit intent to explicit intent, and this is the code. You will find it easily and see what it is returning. It is returning an explicit intent. This is nothing but an intent. You can see here return type, but it will convert our implicit intent that we will pass to the explicit intent. So what we have to do, just copy this. No, let's say here implicit intent to explicit intent, and the first parameter is our implicit intent, that is our AIDL intent, and the second is context. You can pass this here, and this will return the explicit intent. So here instead of AIDL, our AIDL service intent, I will pass this as the first parameter. So our first parameter is now the explicit intent. See, this is our first parameter. What it is doing, it's converting our implicit intent to explicit intent, this function, and the explicit intent will be returned. Our first parameter is our explicit intent, second is service connection, and third one is bind or flag. Okay. Now client app, the implementation from client side is over. We have bind the service successfully. Now we can use the AIDL object that we have assigned in on service connection method. Make sure service is first bind, then you use the object, or else app will crash. So let's see what this it is. Yeah, this the object which I was talking in the PPT or this AIDL object. So for simplicity, let's just write one AIDL object, assign it over here, and local variable. Okay, I have created a one local variable. Let's create it on the top. Just copy paste this, copy it, declare it as private. You can name it anything, and I will see now it has automatically import that package, separate package that we have created in this file, that we have created, that has been imported in this file. So make sure before you use this separate, yeah, this AIDL object, the binding of service should be done. So we have made this bind to AIDL service function in our onCreate method. So it will be executed post. So whenever I click the button, any of the button, then I can use this object because our service is already bind from onCreate. I will have this verify and calculate. Yeah. So we will remove this method from here now. Let's just comment everything. This 3 lines, two lines, sorry. And now our AIDL object. Now I will press dot, so it will show me the all the method that we have declared over here. As of now, we have declared only one method, calculate data. It should show me automatically the calculate data method. And what are the parameters of this method? First value, second value, and operation to perform. So first value, first edit text value, second edit text value, and operation type. So yeah, this is operation type. Okay. Yeah, it is not necessary that the name of this C should be the or should be same as this C. The name can be different, but the data type should be the same. And by default, you have to create one try catch. It will give option, it will give red line, and then it will say you to implement the try catch, remote exception. Okay. So whatever I will get from this, I will assign it to result, and the rest is same. You have to copy this text here. Okay. So what we are doing? We are passing first edit text value, second edit text value, and the operation type to this calculate data interface. And we will also get the reply from the service app. So our implementation in service app is remaining. Let's start with it. The implementation in service app is simple. Yeah, we have already created a service. Now we have to create the object of stop in our service file. And okay, let's start with it. If you remember, I had told that once the service connection is made, binder will be returned from the service. So this is my service. Okay, so let's create the object of stop private. What was the package name? With the package name confuse b dot ideal interface dot stop. I'm creating the object stop object equals to new separate package dot ideal interface. Yeah, so here it is showing red line. The reason is we have to implement all the methods which are over here. Simply press Alt Enter and it will show the implement method. So which method will be implemented over here? The methods that are declared in this AIDL interface. This one. See. Press Alt Enter. Implement method. Yes. Oh, sorry. Alt Enter. Implement method. And just get this one. Okay. Then I'm getting some error. Clean. So where is our online? And here we have to return the stop object. Yeah. What is the error actually? Implement method as finder. I don't know why it is saying like this. Private final ideal interface stop calculate finder new ideal interface dot stop. Yes, we have missed here. We are creating the object of stop. First remove this once again. Remove an extra package. Okay, see, we'll start it from once again. Implement the method and binder. Okay, so now once again separate package. I'll tell you what I have missed yet. Separate package dot ideal interface dot stub stub object equals to new package dot ideal interface dot stub new ideal interface dot stub. Still something is wrong here. Yeah, so yes, sorry. Here we have created, I remove it once again and separate package dot ideal interface dot stub stub object equals to new package dot. You have to select this second one. I was selecting this, so I was getting the error. EIDL interface dot stop. Same as this one. Separate package dot EIDL interface dot stop. Now here it will show me the method that we have declared in our EIDL interface. We have declared calculate data. Press it OK. Yes. So what? So now if I run the app, what it will return? 0 always. So let's try. Let's try with 10. Just for an example, let's say 100. So now if I run this application, first, see, I've never run the client app. So first thing is I have to run the client app. So now now whenever I will run my client app after this, first after service app, then what will happen? All our value will come here. Edit text first, edit text value, second edit text value, and operation will be performed. That we have to write the logic over here. But as of now, I am returning 100. So if I do anything, my result should be 100. See, let's see whether it is working or not. Yes, my service, I have run it. This hello world is there in the screen because it's default XML. Now I have to run my client. Let's see when my client runs, we should get 100. Gridder is building. Okay. Now if I write here 10 and write here 2, the answer should be 20, but it will give me 100 because I have written that value. Oh, crash, and let's see the log. Actually, which application got crashed? My client. Go to the error part. Null object reference. Again, I need to run it. Clean and run it. Sorry. Clean it. Okay, so why it's giving me null object reference? Regular data clean. Go to my service app. I think I forgot to clean this. Clean it. I need to run it again and run my client app. The Gradle is building for client tab. Let's see if we get the null object reference again or not. It's taking too much time. Yeah, build. I think it will crash again. So some null object reference error we got, right? Let's see in our service. Okay, the reason we get this because as I have told, we are returning binder from service app, and here we have returned null. That's why I'm getting the null object reference error. Here we have to return the stub object. Stub. Now let's run it. Also, I forgot to clean the project once. Yeah. So now I will get 100 result as every time. This run is successful. Now go back to our client tab. The client has run successful. Now enter 10 and let's say 10 2. If I add, the answer should get 12, but it will return 100. So we can say our service connection is now successful because service been returned from client here. So as now come back to our client app, very simple step is remaining. We have to just copy paste our logic. This perform calculation, control X, go back to our service application and create that function here. And instead of returning 100, we have to return this perform calculation, and the parameter would be over this first value that will get second value and operation to perform. If you are not sure that whether this is working or not, we also will keep one log over here, log dot, let's say D, or tag would be service app, and the parameter would be first value plus second value. This just to show you that we are getting data from service app. Now let's run service app. Open our logcat, keep this to D, and let's keep this underscore app, run it again. Okay, so now we have run the service app again. No need to run client app. Just go over here, search for our my client app, open my client app. First is just clear this. Now open my client app. So now 10 and let's say 20. The answer should be 30 of addition, and also we should get that in here also we should have that. Okay, see, 10 plus 20. Okay, it does it 1020. So 10 and 20, because this is string, we have to convert it integer dot parsing and first value plus second value. Wrap it up. Run it. Okay, my emulator got offline, so I'm not getting any data over here. Okay, if you will run this, you will get the value over here also, 30. Okay, so first return the addition, first value, second. So in short, our calculator app is now running by establishing a communication between client and server, service app. Let's get back to our presentation. Okay, we have already done this. one thing to remember, always run service application first. If you without running service application for any time, like you have just written code and you never run the service app and you're directly running the client app, then application will get crashed. First you have to run the service app and then you have to run the client app. And one thing more, it is not always necessary that your service app should open in background. It should be, but it should be there in your device. Let's take a look of it. Okay, no application is in recent app, and I'll open my client and we'll do 10, 20, and we'll get result though our service app is not opening background. And here also, see, I got the log, that service app log. Okay, so our implementation part is over. Now let's get back to our presentation quickly. Yeah, the things that you should take care of. The first one is EIDL file in both client and server should be in the same package. File name, EIDL file name should also be same. Always clean the project after you create EIDL file or you do any changes in EIDL file. And yeah, don't forget to convert your implicit intent to explicit intent. And last is you have to run service app first. Additional thing, yes, this is also very important. Here we have created a client app and a service app. You can create many client apps that can communicate with a single service app. The only thing is EIDL file of each app should be the same. Now we have created one application like client app. You can create many 2-3 application, my client 1, my client 2. The only thing that should be same is this package name, EIDL number of this method, and this service part, binding of service, this one. So you can have 3 clients and 1 service app, that will also work. And you can have many method, as many method you can have you want. Calculate data or print string, something. Okay, so thank you everyone. Actually, this was my first video on YouTube. If you have any doubt or suggestion, then please let me know. And thank you. Have a nice